Hey, good morning, YouTube. What's going on? It's your main man, Serious, the tow truck driver. Back at it. As you see the caption, what's really going on in Atlanta? Kind of just want to talk to y'all. If you from the city, then you know how things been going on in the city. Every day is a random shooting, or you can't really call it random. Let's just say every day there's a shooting, there's some kind of slider crime going on. Crime is going on everywhere, but it seems a lot of stuff going on in Atlanta that's not really being paid attention to, but there's a narrative being wrote. I had a video up that had when Marlo got killed, and it had his car in it. You know, I'm gonna give y'all something on that. So, have you ever broke down on the highway, called 511, and you tell them where you at, and then they say, "I see you on the camera. Okay, I got a truck headed to your location." So that lets you know there's surveillance on the highways. Everybody nowadays got a Ring camera on their door or somewhere attached to their house. So as you ride down the street, out of, let's say, 10 houses on that street, at least 2 of them gonna have a Ring camera. So cameras are picking up and tracking movement. Not only that, these phones, these devices, they track a movement as they ping off towers as well. A lot of unresolved cases are bedded off, not so of people not doing their job, but more so of what they uncover when they do their job too well and what it exposed. And this ain't no whistleblower, because I'm sure it goes on everywhere, but there's been a lot of shootings in the metro Atlanta area. Even when it comes down to like the stolen cars. If you at the gas station, it's common sense, but I guess it ain't so common. Don't leave your car running. Be vigilant of your surroundings at all times, because you never know what's really going on. You never know what's on the next person's mind. And I'm pretty sure if you pay attention, you can see, oh, that don't look right, and make a decision. What's happening is we're so engulfed in our phones, we're so engaged in our conversations that we don't see what's really going on around us, and we end up paying for it. And then your car gets stolen, they take it, they joyriding in it. Most times we recover cars, they smell like weed, because the young folks been riding around and smoking, and you might find IDs, in the car that don't belong to the owner. When they come to recover their vehicle, they be like, "This not mine." It's like, you can throw it away, or you can give it to the police. Nothing we can do with it, nothing we want to do with it, so therefore we don't bother. But oftentimes people come get their car back not knowing what happened. And I was talking to a guy the other day. He was talking about how one of his buddies got shot because he was riding in the car that he bought from an auction. Which I'm not saying this to spook nobody, but you got to know the history of the car you buying, or change the color. You know, if everywhere you go, your car just being noticed, that means that car was belonged to somebody before you became the owner. If it's not brand new, and you never know what people is into these days. That's why I say you gotta watch the company you keep, because if you don't, you'll pay the price for it. But back to, city. You got so many angles that law enforcement is being pulled that is crazy. And it's stressing them as well. You got the protests, you got the street racers, you got the violent criminals that's doing the shootings, you got the car thieves, you got accidents, and all this is going on the everyday basis. But a lot of this stuff don't get reported. A lot of stuff don't make the news. But it has you wondering, like, what's really going on? They put on the news what they deem a good story. So pay attention to the narrative that's being painted. Remember when they sent the National Guards in for the protest? The curfew? Like, I don't even want to get on that, because that's a whole different topic when it comes to this pandemic, It's all about control and money. But, yeah, like I said, with this towing game, you see a lot of stuff. You pull up on a lot of stuff, including bodies. Like, and if you got a weak stomach, it ain't the line of work for you. You don't like working in the element, it ain't the line of work for you. But, the smell of a body that's just been sitting has this smell that kind of like gets in the back of your throat when you smell it. It kind of sits there for a while. Even like the scent of blood after it's been set for a while. So therefore, you have to be careful, when you're dealing with these calls. Like I say, I done been on the scene where I've had to tiptoe over blood, puddles of blood, keep from stepping in puddles of blood as I'm trying to hook the car. Can't make that up, It's a part of the game. It's a part of the industry. But like I said in the last video, I like when they had it shut down. Everybody was on the curfew, or they couldn't come out. Wasn't no traffic. But man, you gotta be careful these days because everybody got somewhere to be fast, and road rage is real. So sometimes you just gotta take a deep breath. Come on, man, pay attention to what you're doing. Take a deep breath and deal with it for what it is. And I know a lot of times I start early, so a lot of people don't be on. Whoever that is, I appreciate you. Make sure you hit that like button. But you just got to be safe out here. Make good decisions, even through this pandemic. Like the craziest thing going now, the police is not responding to an accident unless there's injuries. So that puts who's gonna be at fault to the driver's discretion. And, when it comes to that, that could get tricky. Or, somebody could be having a bad day and get hit, and that could go ugly. So it's a lot of changes in the city, a lot of laws, a lot of things that are getting passed. This November election is going to be important. I'm not no politic. I'm not lobbying for neither party, because I believe it's all one big fuckery party. They just, play the ping pong blame game, you know what I'm saying, by breaking it up into Democrats and Republicans. But, politics a whole different subject. But it's politics in the streets, it's politics in the torn, it's politics in everything. So it's like it's one thing that you can't escape, but you have to deal with the harshness of reality. Sometimes that's the hardest thing for people to accept. The harshness of reality, because they have this idea in their mind how things should go or how things should be. And when it don't align with, their reality, depression, stress, all these things begin to come about because the harshness of reality. But the city ain't been the same, man. Like I said in the comment, ever since, like 94, 95, Freaknik, and folks start coming to Atlanta, So they been here for a while. You got some folks been here 20, 30 plus years. Not from the city, but been here long enough to see some things. But still, you know what I'm saying? They not really a true ATLian. And it shows. The city have been, overtook by those who ain't really natives. And the natives, in a sense, paying for it because we allowed it to happen. So stay tuned for more. This one, like I said, I ain't no gospel, so I'm not gonna come with no old breaking news or this. I'm just gonna tell you like I said, or if I'm having a discussion with somebody and they willing to chop it up, we'll bring it to the table on here. But I'll be going fishing real soon, so that'll probably be the next live feed that I do. Stay tuned for that. Appreciate y'all. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that like, click that bell notification, and select all. Appreciate it.